Connecticut's a great state with so much to see and do, and our attractions and their visitors pump more than $1 billion into the economy. And with us now is the tourism director for our great state, Rachel Lenda. And Rachel, good to see you here in the program.
Hi, Dennis. Thanks for having me on.
So how is tourism going in the summer of 2024?
Tourism is going fantastic. We're hitting our peak months right now in our small but mighty state. And business is good. Our partners and constituents are they're in the grind right now of just taking care of all of our guests coming in and out, and our residents too.
I was talking to someone recently who was going, I believe, to North Carolina. And I said, you know, Connecticut, New England is such a great place to be during the summer. Why would you want to get out, right? We have a lot of great attractions. What is the #1 tourist attraction in our state?
You know, gosh, I think I'm going to pull a line from the governor and say I can't name a favorite because they're all my favorite.
Well, popularity-wise, in terms of
popularity.
Visitors.
So as far as visitors, you know, there are certain areas of Connecticut that are incredibly popular. Mystic, you've got down in Westport and Greenwich and Stamford. Those are really popular. New Haven is becoming a metropolis capital of Connecticut. Hartford, you still can't go wrong there. You know, Bushnell Park, you've got all sorts of different places all over Connecticut that each tell their own story about why they're so great.
So outside of people within the state just visiting the attractions here, which is the biggest state to bring people where we're attracted from?
Primary markets that Connecticut has are New York and Massachusetts, primarily New York City and Boston. And we find that a lot of people want to come and enjoy Connecticut on the weekends and, vacation in Connecticut and enjoy some time, whether it be hiking, biking, boating, visiting one of the museums. Really, we have the gamut of everything here.
How much money are we talking about in terms of the amount of money that tourists spend in our state?
So the economic output, that's what you're asking? Awesome, great question. So we just recently got back our report from Tourism Economics, and the estimated tourism economy output for Connecticut is $18.5 billion, which is up $1.5 billion from 2021.
What's on your wish list to improve tourism in our state? I mean, is there more signage, more advertising?
All of it.
All of it, okay.
I'm trying to be politically correct here on what I can say.
That's okay. We like politically incorrect sometimes, so go right ahead.
Well, you know, funding is always key to increase the number of impressions, right? People who are exposed to what we do in our great state. And I just got back some more research today that showed that consumers who were put in front of our marketing were higher to respond, to come in and travel into Connecticut. They respond favorably to the messaging that we're putting out there about the great business owners that we have and the experiences, because it's really the people of Connecticut that make it worth traveling to.
I was talking to someone from out of state not too long ago who said that they want to come see a UConn game because that's not tourism. They want to go to the XL Center in Hartford, or they want to go out to Gamble and stores. Do you find that UConn is helping people want to come and discover our state?
Absolutely, unequivocally yes, and we're always grateful to UConn. We have a strong partnership with the players over at UConn, whether it be basketball, football, lacrosse, you know, the whole gamut. They're a top-notch, incredible partner to have.
I'm a little surprised that there isn't more signage at the XL Center in Hartford. It's home of the UConn Huskies. Some of their games are there, the nationally televised ones. Former home of the Whalers. They could do more to, I think, make it more of a sports destination.
You know, I think in today's world where everything is just so competitive, and the other thing about travel right now is that because of where we're at in post-pandemic, data and statistics are telling us that people really want to branch out and go on these bucket list. You know, they're calling it revenge travel. So it's competitive, right? We're in an extremely competitive travel market right now where, we want to tell the best story of why you should come to Connecticut versus going to our neighbor states like Rhode Island or Massachusetts, stay in Connecticut.
We were talking to David Griggs of the Metro Hartford Alliance not too long ago, and he was talking about this hotel shortage that exists, particularly in the city of Hartford, because during the pandemic, some of the hotels shifted to apartments, right? Because they needed to make some money, but there is still a need for downtown hotels. Is there any talk of getting some state funding to help get these things built?
So I don't have an answer on that particular question, but what I can tell you is that I wholeheartedly agree with David Griggs in that, in order order to increase the number of guests that we have in our metropolitan areas that then branch out to the smaller suburbs and enjoy those, you know, agritourism types of adventures and farms and things like that, that we do need beds. Overnight beds, you know, and that includes short-term rentals, things like Vrbo, Airbnb, and also our hotel partners. So if there are folks that are in the hotel business that are looking for some property to invest in, I always recommend looking at one of our great metropolitan areas in Connecticut to build. You know, you sort of have the market, right? There isn't a whole lot of competition. So if you do it right and you know, you love up your guests and you take good care of the people, then they'll come back in return and tell a great story for you.
And cool places to visit. Rachel Lenda, she is the tourism director for the state of Connecticut. We appreciate you being on today.
Thank you.
And best of luck with the rest of the summer. And of course, then there's fall tourism, right?
Yes, absolutely. And always, for all of the information about Connecticut and all things to do, you can always go to ctvisit.com. That gives you events, attractions, business listings, the whole kit and caboodle.
Rachel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
After the break, a new magazine coming to our state, and later, the story of a man who has been working for our state since Richard Nixon was president.